All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of Radio House. I'm Anthony.
I'm Ben.
I'm Kate.
Yeah, so we have a guest star, Kate, today. Kate is joining us for our second episode just because she was excited to see what all the hype was about. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I love music.
Okay.
I'm randomly in a band right now.
Nice.
Kind of stumbled into it, but it's been good. Play the saxophone. It's about me. That's about me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. That's good. What about you, Ben? What about you?
I love music, and you know I'm obsessed with music, so
right.
We talk about it.
That's why we started this.
Yeah.
Okay. Today we'll be listening to Beach House's Bloom. It is their 4th studio album. I just had to count the records that I had, just make sure which one it was.
Do they have albums since this one?
Yes.
Okay. A few?
So their last album was released, it was Once Twice Melody, and that was in 2020 into 2021, and that's why they toured that. But they played a lot of their old stuff during that. This one, they kind of broke away from their original sound, which was like their first studio album, Beach House, and then Devotion. They kind of just like, they would go to thrift shops and buy like vintage pianos and just like listen to what they have on there and just do that. So this is when they like actually had a studio to record with, and actual money to make music. So it just the production quality is better, but it's also just like more raw beach house, and that's what I like about it. Cool. We're listening to this album on a Fluence record player with the Orthophone Blue cartridge. The speakers here, we have the Technics SBT200 alongside the Energy C3, and listening through my dad's built amplifier that I actually forgot to say last episode, but I did show it in the video. It's a good one.
Have you heard this album before?
I don't think he's ever heard.
No.
I never have. So. Oh, I do recognize this song.
Yes, this is a classic. I think this song was the first song that I ever heard Beach House with. So I actually know it was January 2016. I had just started working at my own company, and I used to listen to Discover Weekly at work all the time.
Yeah.
And this was one of the songs in there, and I was like, I need to find more songs like this. But I never looked into Beach House further after that moment.
That's what I feel like my relationship with Beach House is.
Yeah.
Like I've heard a few songs, loved them, but never explored.
Dug right into it.
Yeah.
They're very powerful, I would say.
I like this one already. They do remind me of Cocteau Twins a bit.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they're super based off of them, I would say.
Yeah,
But like you
yeah.
said, much cleaner,
Yeah,
better
like high
produced.
res feeling, yeah.
I really like the repeating riff. Yeah. It's very nice.
This is actually a beat from a random piano. I found a post on Reddit where the guy just like presses a button and this drum beat comes in. It's like typical stock piano music. Right?
I feel like, you could just press
tell
it from like a rental from
You
Weekly.
wouldn't be able to tell if I didn't say that, right? But now it makes perfect sense.
Well, it's nice to know that people can use like simple tools to create something.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of encouraging.
Exactly.
What do you would already know your rating for this album, probably, right?
Nearly all of Beach House's albums have like, none of them are perfect. There's like a song that I don't like on them,
Yeah.
but this one would be very high up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I don't like is Devotion, which is surprising because everyone on Reddit is obsessed with it. I just haven't gotten it yet. Oh, I love this part.
So talk about like your opinions on the first and second one. Is there two songs we just heard?
Okay.
Which one do you like better?
So
like,
Myth I love absolutely,
Yeah.
because it's the first song that I ever heard by Beach House.
Yeah.
This one, it took me a while to get into it. I think the intro, by the time it gets to this part, I'm already bored. But
Right.
this melody here is so beautiful
Yeah.
that I would listen to it all the time if it started earlier. But
Yeah, there's more tension at the beginning of the
Yeah.
song of it.
it's just kind of like, I don't know, I think ever since I found out that it was just like a piano from Valley Village,
Yeah.
I was like, this song kind of sucks.
And that first song just feels like very like epic. It gives you like that special feeling.
It's a good intro into the album.
This is so much different than I thought it would be
Yeah?
because I only heard 7 so far.
Right.
Yeah.
I
thought it was more like I almost thought it'd be more like heavy shoegaze.
Think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
No, they are actually like, they changed what shoegaze kind of means and they
Yeah.
kind of turned it into dream pop.
What would you pick between this one and the last song?
Probably the first song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a clear winner.
I
You
just-
can't really compare
It
this
is
two.
probably
Yeah.
a bit of sentimental value because
Yeah.
I already know that song, I
Exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
This one is not bad, but it's just like not something, like I would still rate it as something I like.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I would still, out of the 2 songs we listened to, this is still a total 2 out of 2 album right now.
Totally. Yeah, and it's totally impossible to compare. I just wanted to hear some negative opinions.
I'm excited about this already.
This
though.
song's really cool. It's, I forgot, I read a whole Reddit post. Somebody dove into this melody because it doesn't make sense and it doesn't have an ending or something like that.
Right, kind of like
It's
that Mario game.
Yeah, it's
and
like
it just keeps
musically.
climbing and climbing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a musically inconclusive melody.
I like
And
this a lot.
it's something that shouldn't work.
Huh.
But
So
it
it's like
does.
tricking us?
Yes. Like we're not supposed to like
Love
this,
it.
but it's so amazing.
Okay.
Everything about beach house music is just so ethereal.
Yeah. This here gives me a Tame Impala feel. A little bit.
I don't know. After what I listened to with Lonerism, I wouldn't say so. God, that album ruined Tame Impala for me. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's the best one. I love it so much.
It's like you just like went into a room. Like, you know how people are like, did you know that Tame Impala is just like one guy?
Yeah.
For that album, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It makes perfect sense that one guy would just fucking sit on a
Ruthless.
keyboard. I don't really like that album. It feels like it only goes back to was the reason I got that album. And then it was like the only song I liked on the whole thing. I was like, this is not even gonna review it. Like people would be mad at me.
Oh yeah, I would be mad at you.
So the song is called Lazuli, and they're singing about Lapis Lazuli.
Lapis Lazuli.
Like the Minecraft
From Minecraft,
thing.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Good.
I'm always curious, like, when does the song title, like, get applied to the song? Like, did they come up with that name early on, or is
That's
it something that they
actually
name it
A
later?
really interesting topic of discussion for Depression Sherry. A lot of the beach house formula is like intro, beautiful chorus, small mini verse, chorus again, and then repeat the same line over and over and over again for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
You'll get that a lot.
Love it.
All right, so for this first side, are we all a 3 out of 3 here?
I really enjoyed them all. I really like that last one
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I've never heard that one before.
I'm like trying to be more critical than that,
You
but yes,
you
I
could
would
be
say
2
3
out of 3 if you really didn't like that second
No,
song.
no, I'm trying to be negative, but
I'm trying to be negative, but beach house is just so.
that was great. So like if our ranking system really is like the ones I would go back to, I would say I would go back to 1 and 3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're also a 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally some healthy negativity. I like it already.
I love when they enter a song with just a synth.
Bro, this is my favorite one yet.
Really?
I love this. Yeah.
Good.
I like that the voice is, like, almost bending like a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, her voice, she really uses it as an instrument.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love this one. And that's what I like about Beach House. I go back to albums and think about songs I didn't like. And then I'm like, you know what, this is actually really good. I just didn't get it before.
Yeah. Do you find their music melancholic at all? To me, there's a bit of a sadness in it.
Oh yeah. These albums you would really go through when you're like depressed or going through a breakup or something. So whenever friends of mine break up with someone, I'm like, just get in a beach house now. This is your chance. It's like there's two different vibes in beach house. It's like listening to the instruments and listening to what they're saying.
I I don't usually listen to what the singer is saying exactly. So
we could throw lyrics up on screen or just like even on the iPad.
I would be curious about what it is.
Because Myth is so sad. Myth, like that first song.
Yeah, like I couldn't even say like one sentence of what they were saying.
It's a sad song. That's for sure.
Interesting.
Let's do that then.
I like that they don't overcomplicate the songs. They're just like letting the groove really take you away.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I thought that was Because by Off Abbey Road.
Oh yeah. Oh man. How have I not listened to this album sooner? Like it's just so up my alley.
Know that meme where it's like a guy wearing headphones and he's like there's like a turning up a volume. I made one of those to this song.
That was awesome.
That was great. Yeah,
that one's like a scream it in the top of your lungs in your room sort of.
Frightened Eyes, kind of a haunting imagery though.
I'm finding this album is so much more consistent than the M83 one we did.
Yes, the M83 was up and down.
It almost felt like we are being more quiet during the songs because they're more immerseful.
Yeah, I feel like with this episode, we'll be talking more in between the sides swapping.
100%.
Yeah, because there's only 3 songs per side, right? So it makes sense that we can stop and chat a little bit about it. Like stays on one kind of theme, whereas M83's kind of just jumped all over the place. This one's just following the same sort of pattern, and I guess all their albums kind of sound in a way like this.
Like cohesive? Amongst themselves, or like
cohesive amongst themselves, but it like between albums, if we listen to another one, you still wouldn't notice much of a change. Like you'd still understand it's Beach House. So they have their own formula, they stick to it. It's worked for them.
Totally.
So is it just 2 of them in the band?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's these 2. They're not together. They just like they met up at a party or something like that, and like realized they both had a lot of the same musical taste, sort of thing.
I'm impressed. It's just 2 people. It does feel like a full band.
It's her on a keyboard and him on the guitar or bass.
Oh, okay.
When they do a live show, they do have a drummer with them. But yeah.
Yeah. Once again, very simple but beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So out of those 3 songs on that side, what would you give it? I can start off by saying it's a 2. I love Troublemaker, but it's not a song that I would listen to over and over and over again.
I would say 2 out of 3, and for the same one. I didn't like Troublemaker as much as the 2 prior to it.
Yeah, those first 2 like really captured me.
Yeah, we actually just sat quiet.
Yeah. No, you're the type of person to think about chord progressions and key changes. Like, how's that side of things for you?
I really like their chord progressions. They're really kind of slow building, but really they set an atmosphere with them. There's nothing too busy about them, but they're also like really unique at the same time. My favorite ones are the ones I really get lost in, and I would say this one is up there.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this is the side I always skipped.
Really?
I would go A, B, and then D, because I don't know how I feel about these 2 songs.
Okay.
A lot of people on Reddit love this song.
Yeah, I like this one too. I guess the weird detunedness of that keyboard really, I really love that. Yeah.
So you like that one?
I ended up not loving it after the beginning.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
It kind of just did it 3 times in a row. Like, it kind of feels like a waste of 6 minutes.
Yeah, it feels like there could be like a different part.
Like, yeah,
They could really
a new
switch
verse.
it up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they usually do, and that one just kind of felt, like you said, cookie cutter.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be more Tame Impala.
Yeah, that's fair.
The way she said life and
Yeah.
everything came up with it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of a Tame Impala
Big
vibe.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And wishes on a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
What does that
I don't know.
mean? As if it's like turning away from you, but it comes back around. And
That's cool.
I've never even thought about
Yeah.
what that kind of means.
does it mean like sometimes you get what you want and sometimes you just can't?
Gotta wait your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be it. We could look up the meaning of the song and throw it on the back there, as always, as usual.
Yeah.
But this is the side I skipped. Like, I would give
Oh,
this
yeah.
side a 0 out of 2.
Really.
I just don't like these 2 songs. As a big Beach House fan, I haven't learned what these are yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 1 out of 2. I really liked
The first one?
Wishes.
You liked Wishes?
Yeah, I really liked
I
the
liked
build up,
Wishes. Yeah.
the singing that would like
Oh, yeah.
swell.
The Tame Impala part, too.
Yes.
I would say I liked the second song too.
Okay.
I would give this a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we
that one
always
definitely
do.
had a bit more like dynamics of changing it up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like once we're listening to them one after the next, there's a lot of like very similar motifs, like the long drawn out beats and stuff. But
Totally.
it's cool to have that one switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite song on this album. It is the most beautiful song Beach House has ever written.
It's your favorite Beach House song.
Did I say that?
I thought you said that.
It's one of my favorite off this album.
Oh,
Like, I
nice.
think it's my favorite off this album.
Ooh, this is nice. Wow, this is great.
I know. It gets even better if you can imagine that.
I can see what's your favorite on the album.
It's so just raw. It's pure emotion. It's like how I like my TV shows. Like, I want to sit there and cry. And this is one of those songs.
I do love to cry
Yeah.
every now
I
and
love
then.
this ending. That quiet guitar.
Mhm.
So is this where the silence
No.
kicks in?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, this song's really cool. I recently found this out. So, this was their last album before they released Depression Cherry in 2015, so 5-year break. And the first song of that album is this song backwards.
Really?
It's amazing.
Love. Backwards, like How
Like in
so?
the end, I'll show you after.
Yeah.
We'll leave it out of the episode, or maybe I'll throw it in there. But it's really cool.
huh.
You wouldn't guess. You wouldn't be able to really guess. I didn't know it,
Cool.
and I listened to both these songs a lot. I like that you can really tell that they're not like looping this part over, and he's actually playing a different one. I've
Yeah.
never heard the same one twice.
Yeah. I love this.
Oh, the synth is so nice there.
This is a great song.
Whoa.
Right?
That was epic.
It's a really cool like ending to an album.
I really love the drums, like that repeating deep sound, and then
Yeah.
the guitar riff coming over top. That was awesome.
I liked how many times they said it's a strange paradise.
Yeah, like I said, Beach House formula, just the last minute or minute and a half of a song is just the same thing said over and over again to a kind of like a different-ish melody.
It's funny because it really works to their advantage when you like the song. And then when you don't like the song, it's a bit much.
But I think the songs that we don't like are the ones that don't have this kind of ending. Like Troublemaker didn't have something like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it did. It was the other one. It was not Wishes, but New Year. New Year was just like 3 separate verses all in one. And we all didn't like that one because it didn't have this sort of repeating thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is... So now we're supposed to sit here and wait for a solid 10 minutes, but we're not going to do that because we have the record. And in the record, you just skip this part.
When did Beach House start?
2006, I believe, was the first.
Same song.
Yes.
Okay.
I like the slowed down version. Nice. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the slow down effects. That it's like a familiar song, but then different spin on it. Yeah.
This was an album, like I said, I didn't really like much the first time I heard it, but as I listened to it, it grew on me, and every song became like super special in its own different way. And it's just like, it's really cool that there's like this whole part of a song. Like, I think when I listened to it on Spotify first, I didn't know. I was like, why the fuck is this song 16 minutes? There's just like a silence.
Pissed.
Yeah. So I don't think I ever got to the end of it. I only heard of it's officially called Wherever You Go, and it's on B-Sides and Rarities. And after I heard it there and I had this album, I was like, what the fuck why isn't this album continuing to play? Is it broken? I was really upset. But then I realized it's physically stopped there on purpose. So technically, that's 2 songs. So if we're rating the album with our rating system, those last 2 songs would On the Sea and Irene. I would give it a solid 2 for sure. Easy peasy, no question about it.
So those would be 3 songs we're saying?
Technically 3 songs, but they're 2.
Yeah.
Like, does the fact that Irene has this 10-minute break and...
yeah, a bit of a technicality there.
A little, yeah. Like, it's still technically, like, considering this as an album of its own, and that's labeled as 1 song on the album, count it as 1. So out of the 2 songs on the last side, what do you think?
I would say 2.
2
out of 2.
We all have the exact same rating. Wow. Solid 70%.
Okay.
Nice.
On the album from all 3 of us.
Yep.
And this is like your guys' first time listening to like more than just Beach House songs that are pretty popular, right?
It is like
definitely.
It's a lot of Beach House in a row, you know. But
it's an album, right?
Very enjoyable.
Yeah. So you kind of have to listen to it from start to finish. At least it wasn't like M83 where we were sitting there half the time. We're like, what the fuck are we listening to, and why are we doing this again?
And it's a really long album.
It's 2 albums. It's a double LP, so they're 22 songs, right?
Yeah.
So. It was a big one, especially for the first episode. We were sitting here for like 2 hours being like, what is happening? Like, you really had to pee.
I did. Yeah.
But this one, even though it is 4 discs, 4 sides, 2 discs, it's not as long because it's just like a regular album.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would say is my favorite. It's hard to remember all the names and stuff, but
we can whip the names up here, and I can tell you exactly what all the songs were because I know them by heart. So Myth was the first one,
right?
And then Wild was the one with the keyboard from Value Village drum beat.
That was really great.
Lazuli was the Minecraft Lapis Lazuli song, obviously. Other People was the one that I said that I recently liked because my girlfriend and I were dancing in the kitchen to it.
Oh, I really like that one a lot.
That one was a really nice one. The Hours was the one where I said I made a meme with like the guy turning up the volume, like, don't care about me. Troublemaker was the one that I liked, but only because I knew how to like play it on piano.
Yeah.
New Year I did not like. Wishes I also, I'm not really. You guys liked Wishes. On the Sea, I'm really torn between On the Sea and Myth as my favorite song.
I was about to say On the Sea was probably the standout for me.
Yeah.
The first song on Irene, I think, was my favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just Irene. I think Irene.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that is a really good outro song. I don't think I ever gave it that much attention. As the other one.
The one where the repetition went like crazy at the end.
Just like all the lyrics are going by and it's just like the same line.
Yeah, Strange Paradise, I think was the line.
Yeah, it's a Strange Paradise.
Yeah.
Strange Paradise.
Yeah, that was cool.
So look at that, a 70% album, much better than the, I think for me for M83 it was like 69 and yours was 59.
Yeah.
So 70% is already getting better. And this is like an opinion of people who don't actually listen to Beach House versus someone who loves Beach House.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't really have many like technical qualifications to be rating this.
No, you do. You have your voice and your opinion, and anything you say is all yours, and nobody can change that.
So 70%. Yes.
Yeah.
No, great album. I don't know why I chose to start off this one. Like out of all the Beach House albums, I know I forced you to listen to 7 before.
I would say I probably still would go to 7 more than this album.
That's why I picked it for you.
Yeah.
I knew your style of music and what you like to listen to, and I knew that if I wanted to get you into Beach House, 7 would be your intro.
Yeah.
That's the one I used to repel the most. I used to not listen to it because it was so different from all the other ones.
For sure, yeah.
And I really like this sort of style.
So it's cool to hear them with a bit more space in their arranging and stuff here, but I really like the fullness in 7. I like the full sound.
The full, like, more instruments.
It feels like more layering, more layering of synthesizers and guitars.
If you had like headphones on, every single possible aspect of your ear is covered in this music, whereas this one's a little bit more bare, a little bit more space.
I like how beautiful it is in the simplicity of this album.
Yeah.
Just so, like, you can... Just 2 people, like that's incredible.
Yeah. This whole band is just miraculous what they've achieved in their short careers, but they already have 10 albums.
10 albums.
A couple of EPs.
Wow. Yeah. So what did you say you have a favorite album? And would this rank like? So
my favorite album is Depression Cherry, and that's pretty like mainstream to say that. Like I don't like being that guy, but
I think I recognize that album. Yeah.
It's a really nice one. It's the one that everyone knows Space Song off of, clearly. That's the one that PPP is on. And that's the one that comes out after this album.
Huh.
I think I chose to start with Bloom because it's one of their classics. Like Teen Dream is a good one that I like to listen to because it's perfect, almost perfect all the way through. There's only one song I don't like on it. But this one, I do have some opinions on some songs that aren't very strong. And I guess we all had somewhat of the same opinion. But yeah, this is just the beginning of Beach House. I'm going to force you guys to listen to everything. And I think kind of part of why I want to do like some sort of a podcast and vinyl review sort of with people is because I want you guys to go home and be like, I want to listen to that again. Like I want to throw this in my playlist.
You're trying to get the good word out there.
Yeah, just advertising for bands. All right, well, thank you very much for tuning into this second episode of Radio House. Thank you to our special guest, Kate. And I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more vinyl listenings.
Stay tuned for episode 3.